Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I promise you I'm not going to hit you with a plague of citrus videos, but I will be doing the odd one when it's particularly interesting plants that I feel could do with a late spring update. I've just repotted my Meiwa kumquat, which is quite a rare variety in this country. It was still in the compost. It came in from the citrus centre a couple of years ago. I'd never repotted it, and it didn't really seem to be thriving in the compost, although having said that, it wasn't as unhealthy as a lot of my other citrus, so perhaps there were good and bad points to the compost, but it certainly had grown very little. It only put on a few young shoots last year. Very little happened to it, and it doesn't seem to be putting out any new growth this year yet, so I decided that as I'm repotting a load of my citrus, I would also repot this one into the new mix I'm trying. Now, you will have seen, possibly would have seen those videos, but if you haven't, I'm trying a 4-part mix with my citrus as I repot them, and it's going to be 1 part of John Innes number 3, 1 part of moss peat, or if I've run out of moss peat, probably cocoa coir, 1 part of coarse perlite, and 1 part of horticultural sand. And I'm hoping this is going to give a mixture of, it might sound counterproductive, but a mixture of both good drainage, but also moisture retention, because one of the problems I've had with the 511 is the plants, I think the roots are getting inconsistent moisture. Not sure what was in the citrus centre mix. It's quite a dark mix. I'm thinking it was some kind, it looked like it had bark in it and maybe a dark peat and perhaps a compost. Didn't seem to be much in the way of sand in it, but nevertheless the plant had stayed alive, which is better than some of my citrus, but it hasn't grown. As I said, it hasn't grown much, and these are incredibly hard to get to refruit here in the UK anyway, unless you grow them in conservatory or greenhouse, because kumquats do need a much higher level of heat to stimulate heating, which is why when you buy them in shops and have got fruit on, it's not always easy to ever get them to produce fruit again. But I'm hoping obviously one day this will produce a few fruits for me. I've never tasted a Meiwa kumquat. It's meant to be a lot sweeter than the oval ones, which I can eat, but I'm not madly keen on them. They're just interesting to eat occasionally, but I was rather hoping I'd one day get to try a Meiwa. Might prove challenging without a greenhouse, but I've moved it slightly up in pot size. The roots had reasonably well filled the pot, but I'm still not convinced of how good the root mix, the compost mix was, even though they really, you would think they know what they're doing, the citrus centre, but of course they grow a lot of their citrus indoors all year round, and I think that does affect how they respond to various composts. So that's my Meiwa kumquat, most expensive tree I think I'd ever bought, because you just can't get them here, and I just always wanted to have one, but whether or not I ever see flowers or fruit remains to be seen. Hope people will be interested in that video. Please give me a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to my channel, and remember, you need to click on the bell if you'd like to know when new videos come out, and eventually hopefully an update on my Meiwa. I'll see you on the next video. Brett out for now.